and welcome into another episode of Dan D'Antoni Sports. My name is Dan Snyder, joined tonight by my usual suspects for the past however many weeks, Dan O'Shea, Dan Beebe, the 3Dan Band. Guys, how you feeling?
Pretty good. Oh, recovering from vacation, as one does.
Recovering from vacation and the unfortunate fact of you've got to go back to work. So I understand that. I have vacation coming up in a little bit too, so we'll definitely be feeling that sentiment as well. But do you know who's not on vacation? The NFL. NFL has returned from their 6.5 month vacation. So guys, we haven't talked any college football, and that really pisses me off. But we have a lot of NFL to talk. So for those one listener who asks for college football, which there is no listener that asks for college football, we're sorry. We're talking NFL. Guys, this weekend, if you could sum up using one word or one phrase to describe this past weekend in the NFL, what word or phrase would you use? For me, it would be hot mess.
Yeah, that's about right.
There's so much to talk about in so little time. My God, there were teams that looked great, teams that looked horrible, some questionable penalties and referee judgment calls that I think we have a lot to pack in. Starting right from the very beginning, we'll start with the Thursday night game, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Dallas Cowboys. Guys, was this the game of the year already? It had to be.
Definitely the game of the week.
Until Monday.
Raiders-Ravens was also really fun to watch. It was a great opener, and then a lot of the other games on Sunday did not meet expectations. And then Raiders-Ravens was on Monday. So Thursday and Monday were great. Sunday, not exactly amazing football around the league. No.
Nope. There was, in fact, a lot of bad football. So let's start with that Thursday night game. Dallas Cowboys versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. As a Cowboys fan, I knew that the offense was going to be able to hang with the Buccaneers. My fear was that defense was just going to implode on itself. And quite frankly, they did a lot better than I thought they would, the defense. 4 turnovers. They caused 4 turnovers. And they looked like they had energy. They looked like they were playing with purpose. They looked like they knew what they were doing. Just watching DeMonte Casey and Micah Parsons, who are the 2 big new additions that played, it just looked like a completely different defense, with the exception of Anthony Brown, who looked just absolutely horrible. Pretty much every big play was given up by Anthony Brown. So, if I had to blame one person for the Cowboys losing, it's him. If it's not him, it's Greg Zuerlein, who just missed an extra point, missed a field goal. I'm not going to fault him for missing a 60-yard field goal to give Tom Brady short field. Like that, I think that was one of the dumbest decisions of the game, to go for a 60-yard field goal instead of punt.
Yeah, he's recovering from back surgery. He's not quite all there. Yeah, it's always frustrating to miss extra points. But yeah, I think Greg the Leg will be fine again. But Anthony Brown is officially on notice from Dan Snyder. Hope he knows it and is worried about it.
Yep. Yeah, he should be, because my opinion clearly holds weight in the NFL community. There were concerns about Dak Prescott. I think those concerns are gone. He was a goddamn monster. He moved around fine. His reaction speed was great. There was a bad snap by second-year center Taylor Biadasz, and he just fucking reached down, grabbed it, and then threw it. I think that was a touchdown pass to Amari on that fumbled snap. If not, he still looked really good with his reaction time, with his decision-making. He looked like... At first it looked like he was maybe hesitant to run, but then he saw opportunities and he took it and ran, and looked like he ran smarter than when Logan Ryan broke his ankle. But overall, 403 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception that really shouldn't have been an interception, and we'll talk about Brady's interceptions in a minute. CeeDee Lamb should have held that ball, and it shouldn't have been an interception. Ezekiel Elliott had 11 carries for 33 yards. He was mostly in on pass blocking.
Yeah, it was terrible for fantasy football. But
yep.
I understand from a football standpoint.
But he was key.
Beef up Dak's protection.
He was key for Dallas's offense, though. He might not have got the yards or the touches that we were expecting, but he did. There were a couple of plays where it looked like he realized there was broken blocking. And one play in particular, it looked like he was getting ready to swing out to the flats, expecting a pass, and then saw Shaq Barrett was coming in and just smacked him before he could get to Dak. So he was vital to any success the Cowboys had in that game, just not on the ground. Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb, both with over 100 yards. Amari with 2 touchdowns, CeeDee with 1. The only fumble was the one where I was talking about Dak Prescott, but he picked it up immediately. Anthony Brown led the team in tackles. He also led the team in being terrible. So there's that. Let's go to the other side now. Buccaneers, Tom Brady, 379 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. His interceptions were even more ridiculous. A screen pass, the fucking hit off of Leonard Fournette's helmet, through his hands, off of his face mask, right into the waiting hands of Trevon Diggs, who had a key pass deflection on a play where Mike Evans, I was thinking Michael Thomas, where Mike Evans probably would have been gone for a touchdown. So he stepped up. But yeah, the first interception Tom Brady threw was a screen pass that went right through the hands, off the face mask of Leonard Fournette into Trevon Diggs' hands. The second was I think it was end of the half Hail Mary that Jordan Lewis intercepted. But Tom Brady, stellar play, as is par for the course for the past 21 fucking years.
Yeah. Just stop already, Tom. Just stop.
Please. Please. Brad, just take a bite of it. Please. For us.
Someone sneak some gluten in there.
Right.
Watch him just fall apart.
Yep. Yep. Give him some carbs.
He's obviously incredible. And shows no signs of stopping yet, but it's game 1, so.
Yeah. Leonard Fournette.
He looked like his normal mechanical self, and Bucs looked pretty good. Dallas, also looked pretty good. It was a really good game on both sides. I think they got away with offensive pass interference at the end there.
Yep.
That should have knocked them back, and the game probably should have. Well, who knows what would have happened then, because it was a 2-point game.
It was a 1-point game. Dallas was up 29-28.
Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, who knows if they would have been able to get that first down. But yeah, I think that would have been huge. It was pretty obvious that he pushed off in real time. And this is coming from a neutral observer. I don't like the Cowboys. I don't like the Bucks as my teams or anything. But from watching in real time, it looked like he pushed off, and then in slow mo, it definitely looked like he pushed off. But they're not going to make a call against Brady in the end of the fourth, as is the NFL's tradition.
The good news for Dallas, let me just finish going over some of the quick stats. Fournette was the leading rusher, 9 carries, 32 yards. Antonio Brown, 6 catches, 121 yards, and a touchdown. Chris Godwin, 9 catches, 105 yards, and a touchdown. Rob Gronkowski, 8 catches, 90 yards, and 2 touchdowns. They lost 2 fumbles. Godwin and Ronald Jones both lost a fumble. And then their leading tackler was Levante David, Devin White coming in second. And then Davis with that interception that ricocheted off of CeeDee Lamb's hands. So for me, the one thing that I want to take away for Dallas, and then one thing I want to take away for Tampa, is Dallas's defense is not going to play a team that has a wide receiving core like Evans, Godwin, Antonio Brown, and Rob Gronkowski for the rest of the year. No receiving core that they play is going to be that good. They're also only going to play one offensive line that is as good as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So that is a very positive thing to look at if you're a Cowboys fan. To see that this team really put forward this effort, and if Malik Hooker was on the field, I don't think that the one touchdown where Gronk blocked DeMarcus Lawrence and then took off and scored that touchdown on the Anthony Brown blitz, if Malik Hooker's there, I don't think Gronk scores that touchdown. But it's always a would've, could've, would've, could've, should've been. The thing I'm taking away, if I'm the Buccaneers, and I'm not saying they didn't have a great offensive game, but you didn't dominate the Dallas defense the way it looked like you did. They played a much better game than I thought they would. They were a lot tougher than I thought they would be. So I personally, if I'm the Buccaneers offense, I am going back to Tampa, or they were in Tampa. When I get back to practice, first thing I'm doing is putting an emphasis on running the ball because they got outrushed by Dallas. They did. Dallas had 60 yards on 18 carries. Tampa Bay only had 52 yards. So I need Leonard Fournette to get back to being playoff Lenny if this team's going to be successful. Because if they could have established a run game, they beat Dallas by 10, 17 points easy.
Yeah, well, Arians loves to, bench players after they fumble once. So, you got your best runner, Ronald Jones, off the field the rest of the game after that fumble.
And then Fournette not getting the ball.